decisively.
Meanwhile, Ghana has formally petitioned the African Union over recurring anti-migrant attacks in South Africa. In a statement, the Foreign Affairs Ministry said targeting African nationals undermines continental unity and violates the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, which South Africa has signed. Several countries have issued advisories to their citizens in the country, urging caution and safety. Foreign residents tell the BBC they continue to live in fear as tensions remain high. Thomas Nadi reports.
African migrants' shops under lock and key. In recent days, protests have swept through parts of South Africa. Peter Odike, a Nigerian who is now a citizen of this country, operates a shop in Johannesburg.
Business is totally down. Most of us are shutting down because it's not safe anymore to stay here. Police harass people every blessed day. It's not like, even when you have documents, it's also a problem. Because with your face, once you don't look like one of the South Africans, it's a problem for you. So people are scared.
Peter is married to a South African, but that hasn't shielded him from attacks and harassment.
I have 3 kids. My kids have been bullied in school. I have to be the one comforting them. Some people, knowledge, even when they show them the paper, they say, why are you here? You must go back. My status is legal.
African governments, including Ghana and Nigeria, have called on the South African authorities to protect African migrants in the country. Over 30% of South Africans are out of work. That is one of the highest unemployment rates in the world. Frustrations over lack of jobs often spark violent protests targeting African migrants. And some believe the government isn't doing enough to protect them. Protests against African migrants happen frequently in South Africa, with protesters blaming foreigners for their country's economic woes and high crime rates.
People that are here, they are committing crime. We don't have their fingerprints. Remember, these people are not documented. That is why we've got people who are committing crime, people who are committing murder. And you'll find that they are unaccounted for.
Past protests have often turned violent, sparking looting and, in some cases, deaths. The South African government has once again promised to fix the problem.
Government notes ongoing public discourse on immigration, particularly on issues related to illegal immigration, and wishes to reaffirm its commitment to safeguarding South Africa's sovereignty, security, and the rule of law, while upholding the country's constitutional values and respect for human dignity.
Xenophobic attacks in South Africa could undermine the African Union's Agenda 2063, which aims to transform Africa into a global powerhouse. An international relations expert, Dr. Vladimir Intwidansu, says that the development has dire implications.
It could escalate to the point where even countries can sever relationships. It happened in several places before. So what is happening in South Africa is an unfortunate situation. But that it is repetitive is also something which bothers some of us a lot. Because there is a government in South Africa. They know what is happening. They have to behave as though there is a government. And if they don't, then it looks as though these things will continue and continue.
Many African migrants, like Peter Odike, hold on to hope that one day the government will forge a lasting peace. Thomas Nadi, BBC News.